What's up, guys? It's your pal, the Mothman491 here, bringing you another of the top 10 Final Fantasy characters of all time. Today we're going to be looking at number 8, Vivi Ornitier. Now, Vivi is very loved and cherished by a lot of fans. He had a lot of votes, but unfortunately for him, did not make it very much higher on the list than number 8. It seems like there were a lot of Magic users that were favored, but they didn't quite crack the top 10. In fact, the only other dedicated Magic user on this list is Kefka Palazzo, which you would see in the first video. And the first two videos, Vincent and Kefka, will be linked in the description below for you to see those as well. I'll also have an annotation somewhere around here for those two videos. But without further ado, I'd like to welcome you to the number 8 Final Fantasy character of all time, Vivi Ornitier. To start, I'd like to say that there might be a few spoilers in here, story-related spoilers and character spoilers. So, if you have not played Final Fantasy IX, I apologize, but there's going to be a little bit of plot spoiling. Now, I would like to start with a fun fact before we get started with the video. Vivi is a symbol used in black magic to summon a god or spirit for various purposes in the Voodoo religion. This may be why Vivi was named due to the fact that he can use black magic. So here we go. Let's get this thing started. Vivi Ornitier is the Final Fantasy IX version of the Black Mage class, being modeled after the original look of the Black Mage class from Final Fantasy all the way back in 1987. He has a few minor differences in his appearance. He appears to be very childlike, which is understandable as his listed age on the Final Fantasy IX wiki is 6 months, with a physical age of 9. His birthday is officially listed as July 1799, which puts the game into the December-January time frame of that year. At 6 months old, Vivi is the youngest playable character in the entire series of Final Fantasy and all of its spin-offs. His actions are also very childlike, as he tends to be shy and timid, while also being very physically clumsy and afraid of using his powers. Clothing-wise, he appears very similar to the old designs from Final Fantasy. Slight differences are included, however, as instead of a blue robe, he favors a blue jacket, with baggy turquoise striped pants, a pair of boots, and a large mage's hat. The hat is also slightly different because, unlike his normal-sized brethren, Vivi is too small physically for his hat to stand up straight. This adds to his adorable and childlike look as well. His weapon of choice is a wide array of staves, staying in line with the mages of the past. He sports the traditional shadow face with bright yellow orbs for eyes. His appearance makes his character more likable and his personality traits more understandable. When looking at him for what he is, you tend to feel for him a little bit more than the usual brooding tough guy we see as the main protagonist in most games. It should also be noted that in the Kingdom Hearts 2 version of Vivi, he still sports the same blue jacket, but with solid green pants and stripes on his boots this time. He also wears the same hat, with zipper-like teeth above the headband and 2 eyes appearing to be sewn on. He is still too small for his hat, so the tail of the hat is bent over behind him. We first see Vivi in an FMV for the game, staring into the sky with wonderment over the large airship flying over the town of Alexandria. With the ticket he acquired in the town of Trino, he tries to attend the play I Want to Be Your Canary, which is put on by the Tantalus Theater Troupe. When showing it to the attendant, however, it's called a counterfeit and he is turned away. Upset at not being allowed in, he meets a rat named Puck, who helps him sneak into the show. They are quickly caught watching the play without tickets and chased through the crowd by guards. Puck abandons him as he's chased onto the stage and defensively casts a fire spell. Accidentally setting Princess Cornelia's cloak on fire, it's revealed that she is actually Princess Garnet, the royalty of Alexandria. After a few battles on the stage of the ship and a boss fight against a large bomb, the airship is successful in leaving Alexandria, but crash lands in the evil forest. These events place Vivi in the middle of an even larger plot. Zidane, a member of Tantalus, tries to convince him to help find the princess, who was lost in the wreckage of the ship. Vivi, being the shy and timid type, is unsure if he is okay with using his magic to help them. Steiner, who refers to him as Master Vivi, finally convinces him to help the group find her. He then helps them defeat a monstrous plant holding the princess hostage. After leaving the forest, they make their way through the ice cavern to get away from the mist, also known as the souls of Gaia's dead that reform as monsters. His fire spells can be used to melt ice and obtain hidden items. The group arrives in Daly, where Vivi is excited to see the windmills there. Mistaking him for an escaped experiment, a villager kidnaps him and takes him back to the Black Mage plant, that produces black mages just like him. Zidane and Garnet are able to rescue Vivi and discover the much larger plot. They are being produced as tools for Alexandria. This is where Vivi really begins to question his existence, as he's unsure why he exists or what his purpose is. He boards a cargo ship after the party fights and defeats Black Waltz No. 2. After boarding, he discovers that the crew consists of black mages. The party is eventually confronted by Black Waltz 3, who was sent by the Queen. The black mages attempt to defend little Vivi, but are struck down by the mighty Black Waltz. He is forced to watch as the mages fall to their death, the yellow glow from their once bright yellow eyes going black. As he and the party challenge the Black Waltz No. 3, Vivi becomes furious at the loss of his black mage brothers and goes into a rage-like state called trance. The party eventually defeats the Black Waltz, and he's last seen behind the wheel of an airship shouting, "I only exist to kill." After the emotional scene and following battle, the party arrives at its destination of Lindblom, where the Festival of the Hunt is currently underway. Vivi is convinced to join in on the festival, and after the festival, the player learns of the attack on the kingdom of Burmecia by an army of mages with pointy hats. He is stricken with curiosity at the news and decides to travel with Zidane and friends to Burmecia. Upon arriving there, they find it destroyed. Traveling to Clara Settlement, the sister kingdom of Burmecia, they witness the queen overthrowing and destroying Clara using waves of black mages. At one point, Princess Garnet is captured and taken back to Alexandria. Vivi and Zidane assist in her rescue, and while trying to escape, crash in Pinnacle Rocks and meet Ramu. After Garnet successfully obtains his power, the party witnesses the army of black mages attacking Lindblom with the help of the summon Atomos. Sneaking into the city, Vivi learns that Kuja is the creator of the black mages that the queen is commanding. They set their sights on Kuja so he can get the answers he's looking for about his existence. The party arrives in the dwarven town later on, and the locals show a certain familiarity with the small wizard. The group discovers there is a black mage in the town shop. After discussing it with the locals, Vivi and the party discover that there is a village of awakened black mages, having left Alexandria to live a life of peace. The party is escorted to the village by the shop's mage, and the black mages that reside there are a little less accepting of Vivi, as they associate him with their former human masters. He then decides to take a walk to the town cemetery, where he discovers the big secret. Black mages have an estimated lifespan of around 1 year. Black Mage No. 288, a wise mage himself, explains death to Vivi, who doesn't take the news well. It is suggested, however, that he is not like the others, as he is a prototype and may yet live longer than the lifespan afforded to his brothers. He is later comforted by Zidane while traveling the ruins of Medain Seri. Kuja is discovered at the Lifa tree, whose roots are used to filter the souls of the dead for misproduction, and is witnessed killing the queen. He then convinces the black mages from the village to follow him, telling them that he can prolong their existence past the 1 year limit. Knowing this is a lie, Vivi becomes saddened by the mage's choice to follow Kuja. As he suspected, when the mages had lived out their purpose, Kuja abandons them. After obtaining the elemental mirrors from Ibsen's castle, the party sets out to place them in the elemental shrines. Vivi and Steiner team up at the Wind Shrine, with Steiner protecting the little mage from the wind. They defeat the guardian of the shrine, Tiamat, and place the mirror. After a major plot twist in the game, which we will not discuss here, Vivi can be seen consoling a certain party member and empathizing with him, as he completely understands what the character is going through. With Vivi's inspiring help, the character breaks out of his depression. He really comes through for his friend, and we see his evolving personality. At the beginning of the game, Vivi was very childish and timid, but as the story evolves and he grows along with it, we see him mature into a truly great character with much compassion for the world and his friends especially. He definitely feels less timid and afraid to use his powers than what we saw even a few hours of play prior in the game. As the party makes its way to Memoria, a place created by their memories and the memories of the dead, Vivi can obtain his ultimate weapon, the Mace of Zeus. It can be found in the stairs room in the top left corner. It has a base attack of 35 and has the ability to cast Doomsday, which the animation shows many asteroids and meteoroids coming together to form one large meteor, crashing down on the enemy in the surrounding area, causing large amounts of damage to the enemy and the party. He then helps the party defeat Kuja, who has learned the powerful Transform, and then Necron, the actual final boss of the game. After the events of the final fight, everyone is seen again in Alexandria, this time seeing another show of the play from the beginning. Vivi is not present, however, but instead is represented by several child versions of himself dubbed his sons. The story is behind this is a little foggy, as when the life of Tree died, Mist is no longer, and therefore Black Mage production has stopped. The end of the game is assumed to be spoken by Vivi, and the final words he gives are farewell, my memories will be part of the sky. This has created controversy among fans due to the fact that no one really knows if this is him actually talking. The Japanese version is a little bit more specific on the subject, as it uses his way of speaking for the ending, but speculation of his fate has been 50-50 amongst fans. Well, there you have it, guys. Number 8 on the top 10 Final Fantasy characters of all time list, Vivi Ornitier. What do you think, guys? Do you think Vivi is alive at the end of the game? Do you think he's dead? Let me know in the comments section down below what you think, and don't forget to hit me up on social media, which will be in the description below. Also, thank you for watching. I can't wait to bring you the next video in the series, as it's one of my top favorites. Not my most favorite, but definitely one of my favorites, as it's from my favorite Final Fantasy and game of all time. And if you like this content enough, hit that subscribe button so you can keep up to date with my newest videos and the next videos in this series and the previous videos in this series and all of my Final Fantasy content. Thank you for watching. As always, don't forget to stay awesome. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Thank you.